Hi everyone, RedX Rain here with another episode of Let's Play Parasite Eve for the original PlayStation. So we're starting on day 4 here, just after we cleaned up the 17th precinct. And now Daniel's in charge with Baker conspicuously absent. Not exactly sure where he went. What do you think, racially ambiguous cop? Ah, yes. Oh, yeah, let's get back into playing here. And of course, Maeda is... Oh, yes, and if you're wondering where Nix is, he's at the hospital. I'm worried about him. So we're going up to the lab where we got our free full health replenishment last episode. Things are still looking a little messy here, but there's no enemies to fight anymore. Unlike some of the other areas, you can actually go to old areas and fight the old enemies. You can go back to like Central Park and fight if you wanted to do some level grinding, but this is one of those RPGs where level grinding isn't particularly necessary, in my opinion. Of course, it'll make fights easier, but it's pretty streamlined for an RPG, so. If I can get in the door here, come on. There. He's getting friendly with the nurse there. Try and look busy, she's here. Don't know why Daniel couldn't just follow us. Wonder where Daniel goes while I is doing all her, all the work. He always just shows up at the end of things. So yeah, we didn't actually see Eve here last time. I think that's the only day where she doesn't show up and you don't actually fight her, from what I can remember. Sperm bank. So here we are, getting back to the previous story, where this happened in Japan. And for once, it seems like the team actually has a plan. They know that Eve is getting weak, and if they could just keep her from giving birth to this thing, she'll just die, like last time. Can never have enough ammo. Although I don't know how I feel about just Aya Maeda taking on Eve. No offense. It's already nighttime, so we completely skipped the day, and as you could see on the map, we have the hospital as our new location. And of course, that's where we're headed. That's good. He gets to sit in the front seat this time. Don't get that weird rear view camera angle. Something tells me he's not going to get around to hanging out with Ben. So, there is hope. That's a great image right there. They always know just when to cut the music for dramatic tension. And then it comes back. Yeah, I think we get a little front shot of the hospital here. Yep. Now this exterior might look a little familiar. And Aya thinks it looks a little familiar too. Maeda can't follow us in, which is probably for the best. Oh, but he can help by giving us another one of his crappy charms. Yeah, I'll keep it. Yeah, we're not keeping it. Oh, I thought I could run off screen here. I'm going to go to the precinct and drop this off. I'll be back. Alright, and we're back. So I didn't really do anything fancy. I had an extra machine gun laying around or something like that. Drop that off too. So here we are, already at the hospital, ready to get down to business. And first, let's check out this door, which has a tool in it. There's the save phone, or one of the save phones for this level, but we don't really need to use it. Nothing's really happened yet. The little ghost girl is back. Although Aya seems convinced that it's Maya. Aya and Maya. Who does that to their kids? I wouldn't. So we didn't really have much of a choice of where to go here. The doors where the ghost girl was locked. And the door in the lobby is also locked, so... Oh. Well, that was a pretty smooth landing for having the cables cut. You have to actually go to the panel here to open the doors. Not quite sure where Eve is. Apparently back there, but I don't see her yet. Oh, good. Now it's extra scary. Well, first we couldn't get into many doors, and now we're pretty much stuck in the basement. So that's our situation now. Well, I guess we better go explore the basement here of the hospital. The creepy abandoned hospital. Now, this is a really weird place because the camera angles are like specifically very weird, and it's really easy to sort of get turned around. And there's lots of these little shining objects to get, and they're easy to miss. So we got the first fuse, which doesn't seem like very important yet, but it will be. Another useless grenade launcher. And what's in here? Some ammunition. Alright. And let's check our gun here. It's pretty loaded, because we've got our first fight in the hospital here. The most basic of enemies are the bacterium. So these guys can poison you. Pretty annoying. They hawk up these little red loogies, which are poisonous. Otherwise, they're not too difficult. Just like most enemies like this, you just don't want to get poisoned. But as you can see, if you just stand still for a second, they're pretty bad shots, so shouldn't be too worried. Now, I was going to say, I do like this level a lot. I like the hospital. There are some weird enemies in here. I mean, we fought mutated rats and you know, mostly animals. Here, I don't know what they were thinking. What's in a hospital? Well, let's save the enemies for when we get to them, I guess. So here's a great example of the weird twisty, turny corridors, because we came out that sort of side entrance, and now we're back at the screen where we were before. That's the door we came in, so there's lots of ways to like get in and out of different rooms down here, so but it's luckily not that big of an area, so and I think we got some new enemies to face here. So we got 2 bacteriums and the Flyman. Now the Flyman is really stupid. He just sort of throws up at your feet, and then when you run away, he throws up at you. Which, it's just so weird. The vomit doesn't do that much damage necessarily, but it does cause stiffness, like the spider webs, which are annoying, but mostly just when there's other enemies around. Like, you know, if you have stiffness, it's hard to get away from the projectiles that the bacterium spit out. So it's up to you, you know, when you want to take on the Flymen, because they're not hard to avoid, and like I said, even if they hit you, it's not that much damage, but you know, with big groups, it can slow down the fight, and you know, other enemies end up hurting you way more. But so that's that. Now this fight pulls you up here, but there's actually an item down here, which is easy to miss. It's a defense +1, so it's something you don't want to miss. Yeah, it's creepy corpses there. Can't believe someone would... Well, I guess they're not going anywhere. You didn't need to evacuate them. And as you can see, we have another save phone here. But don't forget, in here is the Autopsy Key. It's very important. I'm going to go ahead and save here real quick. And when we come back next time, I'll take on the rest of the hospital. Thanks for watching.